Hello travelers, Boardaman21 here, and today I want to give you my top 5 favorite skills in Last Epoch right now. Number 1 is going to be Frostclaw for the Mage, and Frostclaw is an amazing skill. It's relatively newer, but the skill itself is a ton of fun to play. 1, it can give you tons of ward on cast through the passives, which allows you to feel really tanky. 2, it allows you to fire off a ton of projectiles, and then you can make those projectiles also shotgun without reducing the damage they do, which means you can do really good hit damage, and because of how many hits you're doing, you can also scale a ton of dots. The nice thing about it is it has a lot of diversity. You can do any of the dots that you want, and at the same time play it as any of the elements that you want. It's good at fire and ignite, it's good at lightning and shock, and it's also good at cold and frostbite, which gives you a ton of different ways to play, and you'll be able to find the one that fits you best. Coming in at number 2, we have Hammer Throw, and Hammer Throw can be played on the Sentinel class. You can play it as any 3 of the masteries, and you can play it in a variety of ways, but by all means, the favorite way to play it is going to be the spiraling hammers. And with spiraling hammers, this basically allows the hammers to spiral around you, and then you can also have them move around, centered around your character as you move, which makes you into the Hammerden from D2, which is absolutely amazing. Other ways that you can play it is having the hammers be thrown out in a Nova, so you shoot out 8 hammers in all directions in a Nova around you, and you can also have it to where on throw you have it chain to additional enemies, so when you throw a hammer, it can bounce around kind of as if you were Thor. Either way, no matter how you choose to play it, it's a very powerful skill, especially with the recent added throwing damage that they put into the game, and overall is going to feel really good to level up with and play in the end game. Some of the strongest builds in the game are using Hammer Throw right now. Coming in at number 3, we have Upheaval, which is a new melee skill that was added for the Primalist class. And with Upheaval, it allows you to use a melee skill basically at range. It creates a kind of fissure in the ground that goes in a straight line, and then some options in the tree allow you to convert it to cold. You can also convert it to where when it hits totems, it makes really powerful totems by consuming your thorn totems. You can turn it into a actual upheaval totem, so the upheaval totem actually does the upheaval on the ground instead of you. You can have it to where it does multiple fissure lines at the same time, so that you're getting like 3 or 5 upheavals at a single time, so that you can hit in multiple directions. There's a ton of different things that you can do with it, but what feels really good about it is as a melee skill, it's more medium ranged, which allows you to like not be right in the fight, so your survivability is better, and it allows you to kind of have an AoE with it that's much larger than a normal melee skill, which makes it feel really good. Overall, I absolutely love it. There are some really good upheaval builds out there. Currently, what you're seeing is the first one I ever put together, but again, with all of these builds that you're seeing for the gameplay, I will have them all linked in the description along with what skill it is that we're playing or based. Coming in at number 4, it's Runic Invocation for the Rune Master, and this is one of the newest skills that we're putting in the game along with Frostclaw, and this skill is amazing. It allows you to basically proc 40 different skills in a single skill, and then buff those skills and build those skills differently with the skill tree itself. All of this is based on your runics that you have and the order in which you have them. So you make a rune every time that you use a fire, cold, or lightning skill, and then each one of the combinations that you can make with those 3 gives you a different skill, like you can see in the gameplay below. And there have been some really powerful builds based around some of these combinations. You have like the Plasma Orb Rune Master, you have the Hydra for the Rune Master, and they can be some really powerful invocations that you make. I myself haven't played too many of them. I have played the Hydra and a couple of others, and they do feel really good. You just have to get used to the rotation that you're doing with it. But having that many different ways to play with just a single skill really opened up the Rune Master class, and it's why it's one, if not the most popular class in Last Epoch right now. And coming in at number 5 for me, it is Summon Volatile Zombies. This is a skill that you can play as an Acolyte, and what it really does for you is allows you to summon zombies out of the ground that then you can make run to enemies or leap to enemies that then when they make contact with an enemy explode, causing a huge explosion. The explosion can hit really hard in this game, and at the same time it can be used as a defensive skill as well as offense, generating you health or ward back based on your zombie's life every time they explode. What's really cool about this is after they explode, you can also make them form parasites so that you can have even extra minions, or you can build them into poison instead of fire. You can have them vomit, applying poison to enemies every second that they're doing it. There is quite a few ways to play with them. You can have multiple zombies spawn every time, or you can have one large zombie at a time every time you cast it, and it's just a lot of fun and visually very pleasing to play zombie builds. Again, really cool skill, very pleasing visually, very fun to play, and it is really good in the end game. Alright, that's going to wrap it up for my favorite 5 skills in Last Epoch right now. Hopefully the new masteries bring some new ones, and if it does, maybe I'll do another tier list for you guys. As always, stay safe. Let me know in the comments below what your favorite skill in the game is, and we'll talk about it.